Hi. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. We're in Jackman Park. I have Paul Danahy here with me doing co-commentary. Paul is from Limerick. How are you keeping, Paul?
Good. Delighted to be here. Looking forward to the game. Should be a pretty tough game, I'd imagine. The wind has started to pick up here a bit, so I think it'll be. Hopefully, it doesn't play too big a factor in the game.
No, hopefully not. Obviously, well done to both teams getting out here in the final. I'd obviously know quite a bit about the Wexford team, but I think we're just about to start with the national moment silence is for Connor, actually, Connor Cassidy's grandmother. We get the national anthem over and done with, and we'll go have a run down through the teams then after that. We'll give you the Limerick starting 11. Number 1, Gary Neville. Number 2, Tom Frawley. Number 3, Joey Rush. Number 4, Elan Reardon. Number 5, Adam Lipper. Number 6, Ewan O'Brien. Number 7, Leon Daly. Number 8, Shane Walsh. Number 9, Vinnie Ryan. Number 10, Kieran O'Connell. And number 11 is Conor Coughlin. And the Wexford 11 is number 1, North End, Jason Maguire. Number 2, Connor Cassidy. Number 3, Todd Hines. Number 4, Gary Delaney. Number 5, Rhys Murphy. Number 6, Ethan Vickers. Number 7, Ryan Busher. Number 8, Alan Rhodes. Number 9, his brother Owen Rhodes. Number 10, John Pear. And number 11 is Paul Brennan of Gorey. So Paul, how do you see it going? You obviously managed and involved in the Limerick League, so
I think it's a very strong Limerick selection. A lot of experience between the team. Obviously, you've got starting at the very back with Gary Neville and goals. I think Gary's been about 15 years and type of player that doesn't miss a game. He must be one of the most capped players I think to ever played, and a glittering career to go with that. He'll inspire a lot of confidence in his defence, which is also there. And just in front of me, Kieran O'Connell again is a very experienced player, played a lot of years in the league. So I think there's a good mixture of youth and experience within the Limerick team, full of pace and energy. So I think it'll be a nice, it'll be a good strong side set up from the Limerick side.
Yeah, I was quite similar there, thinking with the Wexford team. You have Alan Rhodes, obviously captain in Wexford today. He was Leinster provisional captain last year. The two centre halves, Gary Delaney and Rhys Murphy, are of the top calibre. I like Ethan Vickers there. He'll be playing the centre midfield. Ethan is an athletic player. He'll get around the pitch, and then Wexford have a nice bit of firepower up front with Owen Rhodes, John Pear, Paul Brennan. So yeah, it's looked like it could be levelling up to a good match. So, and hopefully we'll get the standard pitches in great condition.
Pitches in great condition, yeah. As I say, I'm just the wind seems to have settled now again. I don't know. It just kind of hope that it's not going to spoil the game, and it doesn't resort to the teams just going direct and become a bit of a kicking game. But I think with the way Limerick are set up, and speaking to you before, Wexford, hopefully it doesn't become that way.
No, definitely not. And I suppose I think you were involved with the Oscar Traynor manager for a while. I was myself. They're a difficult job, aren't they? Because
it's a tricky one.
You definitely only have a loan of a player for a couple of hours before a match. So getting them down, getting them through phases of play can be quite difficult.
I think so. I think that was one of the most challenging parts I found it, because obviously players play with their clubs, which generally have the first call on them. So when you're getting players, it's very difficult to set up how the patterns you play. The other side, the plus side of it is, no matter what player you call up is going to be a good player.
Yes.
So that's the other side of it. So they're all capable players, even players that are on the bench. You know you're bringing on a player that can make an impact.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And it looks like we're going to get ready now. Our officials are about to start it off with a Limerick kick-off playing from left to right, well, the way we're standing anyway. Long ball played up and for Gary O'Connell.
Oh.
A nice little tack and jump here now is breaking away for Wexford, feeding it out to Ryan Busher.
Go to Gary. It's an interesting tactic. So Kieran O'Connell's is about 6'6" and playing in that 10 role. Straight away you can see the ball coming back, and it's up to him for the flick on. I expect to see a little bit of that while he's on the pitch today as well, given his size.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something.
And Billy Ryan up front. Sorry, yeah, the centre forward is about 6'4" as well.
Yeah.
So there's height there up front for Limerick.
Yeah, definitely two big units, because Gary Delaney and Reese will be both definitely well over 6 foot themselves. So, and O'Connell does definitely make Gary look small. Ethan after winning the header, so a little bit of head tennis there for a minute.
I think we might see a little bit of that till it settles down, but as you can see, there's a start to move it.
So yeah, definitely. Just wish best of luck to the officials from the Midlands branch. So obviously without them we would have no game today either. Paul ran into jump here. Ethan in. Miss hit from
this press pass as well from Shane.
Yeah, both Shane and Todd, two lads who you wouldn't be expecting that from Tom. Todd is very, very composed and a wonderful left foot.
Yeah. Right side.
Yeah, no, the other side, left side.
Ball out of play again. Todd is starting playing it back to Reese.
Yeah.
With Jason Maguire change his footing quickly.
Yeah, it's tight. I put it to the.
Couple of long balls the first couple of minutes, so they're definitely taking their time to settle. And Reese Murphy now looking to play out from the back.
Moving the ball back and forth, I think Wexford well. Limerick actually sitting a little bit deep, but I suppose it works in a long ball that's played like that. It'll just go straight through to Gary.
Yeah, look, Limerick are obviously just testing the water a little bit, seeing do Wexford want to try and punch a hole there, but nothing as late yet. Gary knocked 3 or 4 long ones. A great flick on header by O'Connell that time.
It's good. Flick around the corner by Conor Coughlin. Joy's pulled it back. Oh.
That was a nice bit of play from Limerick that time. Good to see an overlapping full back.
Yeah. Oh. It's good battling in the middle by Tommy Frawley and Shane Walsh. Oh. I think he might have slid in a little bit there, Nick. It'd be interesting to see that one back.
It would have been, but look at Wexford would have took it.
No, it's okay.
I'd like to see a small bit of physicality in the game. There was nothing wrong. It was a tackle.
I usually am
free,
stood on
free,
it,
and
so
he didn't have to take out any needless yellow cards. So
absolutely, not at this stage.
No, way too early in a big game. Wexford have gone along again, trying to find Owen Rhodes, who's flicked it onto Ryan Busher of Fort Celtic. Ryan was cut out there by the Limerick centre half. I think it is, isn't it?
It was Ewan, I think.
Ewan
O'Brien, yeah, in the centre, number 6, picked up a good position. Oh, and
back to Reese. Reese of North End is quite comfortable.
he's
back
very
to
comfortable, even looking at him immediately there. He's very comfortable on the
yeah,
ball.
and a great
Oh,
whip.
it's a lovely switch.
A great switch by Jason Maguire in the goal for Wexford out to his teammate John Pear. John will be one of them difficult players to pick up. He's probably named in the front three, but or in the midfield trio, but he'll never be in there. He's one of the difficult lads to mark, Paul.
Yeah. I think you could see even straight away the quality of the switch there from left and across the pitch and behind the Limerick fullback. Very difficult for fullback to deal with. You get an excellent run.
Yeah.
To pick it up.
So definitely, especially when the fullback had 2 on him. He had Ryan Busher and John Pear after slipping out that side. Ryan steps over it, lets it on to John Pear again, popping up on the area.
There's a bit of space. Back to
out to the captain Allen. Eaton and well defended that time by Limerick. Pressure on him.
Well defended, very composed.
Yeah, and Leon Daly of Limerick putting a nice bit of pressure. He's small, Leon, towards most of the players on the Limerick side.
To be fair, I don't think if he could pass for an under-14s, but if he gets the ball out of his feet from 20 yards and unleashes a strike, we'll know. He doesn't strike it like a 14-year-old.
So I'm sure he'll give Todd a difficult day. Yeah,
very quick, very quick, and can be quite aggressive, as you say, even though he's not the biggest lad in the world. Put himself about.
Allen turning out in midfield.
It's a lovely goal.
Paul Brennan looking to stand up. You came up against Paul with your former club a couple of years ago in the semi-final of the FAI.
Then unfortunately we were beaten down in Gorey that day with Fairview, but I try not to remember it. I blanked it from my mind.
There was a couple of the Gorey lads playing here today. You'll know their faces.
I do. I recognise Paul Brennan straight away anyway, yeah.
So Paul had a great year as we get hailstones on we had a sunshine all week and we're getting a shower of hailstones now, so it's the Irish weather for you. At least it will speed up the pitch anyway. The grass should definitely, with a bit of weight on it, it'll make the ball move.
Yep.
Wexford taking the time again, there's no panic. Big gap between Gary and Reese across the back, and Gary now looking for the long ball.
Well defended.
Brilliant defending there. Great bit of defending by Adam Lipper. Adam, I think, played in the FAI against North End a few years ago. Final, I think, up in the Aviva. I think it was. So
yeah, he's there. Yeah, Adam's come through in leaps and bounds. He was part of the Munster team that was in Switzerland, of course, in October, starting the game as a centre half there. So a lot of experience as well. In a good Pike Rover side as well. So.
And it's great to see this grassroots with the Munster side getting brought over and this kind of stuff. It's brilliant to see that.
It was really good from all accounts. Did a good week over there, and you know it was as the representative when they won the Interpros. I think it was around this time last year. So there was a couple of Limerick League players, Conor Coughlin on the left-hand side, who also travelled, and Jake Dillon Fairview, and of course Gary Neville in goals. So I think it was 4 league players went over.
Great trip had by all.
For sure.
Reese, I think, has definitely been the player who's had the most touches on the ball so far. Nice ball into Ethan and Paul Brennan working well together, and Paul tried to be cute, tried to put the ball through Adam's Lipper's legs, but it didn't work out that time.
No, but as you can say down the left-hand side, lovely 1-2, very well worked from Paul Brennan. Looks very dangerous with those 1-2s, intelligent player.
Great ball.
Lovely touch.
Gary and
lovely first touch.
First touch, commentators first. First touch was brilliant, second touch got away from him. So yeah, the hailstones are really coming down hard now.
Goodness.
So I think we both will stand. Todd with a throw in here to John Pear. John and Wexford number 10. Back out to Todd. good whip cross and the first corner for Wexford. Nice bit of play there down the left side again between Todd Jean-Pierre and Paul Brennan to get a corner. So I know one thing for sure, this is probably would be Willie Pear's strongest point. He's very, very acute on set pieces and things like that, so I'm sure Wexford would have worked on a couple of pieces for today.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what I thought Limerick might leave a free man, maybe Kieran as a free man, and just to try and attack it, but he looks to be man marking as it is.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be taking Gary Delaney.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Neville's brilliant to keep it.
Yeah, very, very good defending that time. Goalkeeping, should I say? That's exactly what you want from your goalkeeper. Commanding, big presence, and a good strong fist to match that.
As a big centre half in my playing days, there was nothing like having a goalkeeper to come out and take punches like that and just even relieve the pressure on your defence. Brilliant goalkeeper.
As you say, Gary been around a long, long time, so the All-Ireland final today there'll be very few nerves.
I wouldn't think so. I mean, he's certainly. I think he must have played in 4 FAI Junior Cup finals at this stage. Played 2 Munster juniors, and as I say, he was in goals over with the Irish team in Switzerland 6 months ago. So you're all used to this type of occasion.
Yeah. Here's Leon now on the ball. He's definitely tricky, but he was outnumbered by Wexford 3-1 that time. Owen Roach chasing down Elon Reardon, and he left him, in fairness to Owen, he left him with very little option, didn't he? He'd either go back to Gary or...
It's one of those, I think, when as a defender, and as I said, as a defender myself, if you're unsure, put the ball into the stand and we'll regroup.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best option there, certainly, out of Eli.
Yeah.
Todd again taking the throw to Alan Rhodes, he's captain. Well won back, time by Vinny Ryan of Wexford and of Limerick, should I say, and Wexford are back in possession again. It's a small bit scrappy, isn't it?
Small bit scrappy, it is, yeah. I think, to be fair, at the minute, Wexford are the ones that seem to be getting it, trying down to play, but say the conditions of, we're 12 minutes in, the conditions are a little bit, hopefully the game will start to settle down as we go on another 10 minutes or so, but I think it's a great turn. Certainly Wexford have started to play with the ball in the first few minutes, kept the ball a little bit better than Limerick.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
it's a chance. He's it. He's a goal. Oh!
Yeah, one of the Limerick players there, I think it was number 6, Ewan O'Brien, who was a full stretch trying to get a touch on that, and he broke the ball, as I said, from an athletic Ethan Vickers. That's one thing Ethan does give you, is plenty of legs from midfield, and he got onto it, and a small bit more composure. Wexford may have been one up, but I agree with you, the conditions were 12-13 minutes in, we've had sunshine, rain, wind and hailstones.
Exactly.
So
it's hard for the players.
So definitely. Kicking by Gary,
lovely, just flick the ball around the corner. Sometimes at midfield, if you're under pressure with 2 or 3 around, it's your best option.
Definitely is. Ball back now to Jason Maguire. I think Limerick are sitting quite deep, aren't they?
They are. I picked it up for the first few minutes. I think they were happy to just sit off and let Wexford try and have the ball and play, but early days yet.
Yes, definitely. Reese with a loose pass and picked up by Ryan, number 9 in Limerick. He done well there now. He's after buying himself a small bit of time. He's after feeding the ball through.
Oh, lovely. Tommy Frawley's driving forward with it. Into the box and has a goal. Oh, well done. I think it deflected on its way through there.
I think Todd Hines just barely got a touch on it, just to take this thing over for Jason. But look at Limerick are definitely look like they're a 4-4-2, and good bit of overlapping.
Yeah, there's a switch as
or
well.
4-1-1.
Yeah, it seems to be a switch between Vinny and Kieran as well into that forward position. They seem fluid enough about
dropping into a 10.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're back in a 4-4-2 again now.
Yeah. So it's all mind games, isn't it?
It is. It's all mind games.
And how is the Limerick League going this year down in Limerick with the ball is?
It's been tipped around. Yeah, no, it's the Limerick League. The Limerick League is always a really, really competitive league. So I'm involved with Mungo Regional. We're currently sitting third in the table. Looks like it's a shootout between. Well, it is. Sorry, not looks like it is a shootout between Pike and Fairview for the league. They have to play each other, which I believe is taking place next week, up in the Pike field with Fairview a 3-point advantage. I think it's roughly the same number of games played, so that's kind of that'll be there. If Fairview can win that, they should go on and see it out, which would, a first league in, believe it or not, 22 years for a club like Fairview Rangers. It's crazy. I think they've about three FAIs and 3 Munsters in the meantime, and no leagues, which is a strange statistic. But I think they a really strong squad this year. So it'll be interesting up in the Pike field next week. Should that game go ahead?
Be a big game, all right.
Ball over the top for Vinny. He looks like he's got the other side, Vin.
Yes, he did. He got the other side of Reese that time, all right. Probably a correct decision by the referee.
I think so. Nothing further than that.
The other Wexford centre half was covering as well. So Vinny, he looks quite quick, but Reese would be slow.
No, and I think the ball over the top. I think he read the flight of the ball a little bit better. And as I say, as I well know, in a centre half, when that ball goes over your head and you have to face your own goals, you're in trouble straight away. So, but Vinny put a lot of pressure on him there, which is good from the Limerick perspective. And to get a centre half on a yellow card after 15 minutes.
Yeah, definitely is. So we have left footer Joey Rush Joey Rush, and we have number 8 Shane Walsh both standing over. So Shane whips it in, a great ball.
Oh. It's corner, offside. A goal kick.
Give a goal kick. A very difficult ball to defend, wasn't it?
He did.
Bit of wood.
Shane Walsh got that quality, to be fair. With his free kicks, and he put that ball in between the defender and the goalkeeper. A very difficult ball to deal with. Slide back to Gary.
No, I don't think so.
Gary Delaney comes out, a strong header.
Lovely header.
Flick on to Owen Rhodes and Ethan picking it up in midfield, and back to Gary Delaney. And Wexford back to reset with Jason Maguire again. Gary turning out. It's definitely a feature of Wexford game, trying to get the ball to the 2 centre halves. Gary was asleep and left it to O'Connell that time.
He got away with it.
He won it back. Gary was punished that way himself last week. A big game in Wexford between North End and Gorey. Adam Terrett robbed Gary of a ball and was 1-on-1 and the keeper and scored. The game finished 1-1. Gary would have been disappointed, so it's a little lapse in concentration. Cassie building it up along the line. Didn't work out.
I think it's it hasn't been free flowing. I think, and as we've kind of mentioned a few times, the conditions are playing a part in it. It's no team has really fashioned a chance as such yet. Some nice play down the Wexford left and over on a few minutes ago on the Limerick left side as well, but nothing really fashioned of note yet.
Great call by Gary that time. You could hear him shouting, leaving it to his centre half, and the ball runs out for a goal kick. But no, I have to agree with you. It's been a bitty, shall we say. It's bits of play here and there, and both teams are struggling to really put a foot on it.
Absolutely. That's a great win.
Good header by Reese, and a long ball knocked up into the hole that Reese had left, and Gary Delaney cover over. So
Gary Delaney and Reese Murphy certainly big lads, and not afraid to get up and attack the ball. They're again, as we mentioned, they're up against 2 big centre forwards, and fairly aggressive coming out winning them, which is always great to see from your centre halves.
Yeah, definitely. On it, and them try to slide it around the corner, but read by Paul Brennan, who fed it out to Owen Rhodes. Owen hadn't got full control of it. And it's back out for a Wexford throw in. Just going back on Gary and Reese, they probably wouldn't be used to coming up against two centre forwards. A lot of clubs in Wexford are only playing with the one up top nowadays. They're all gone down that phase, so probably an unusual feature for them. Bar probably my own club, Shamrock Rovers, they play with two up top, but I think near enough the rest of the clubs are 4-2-3-1 in Wexford or along them lines. So today it'll be a different battle for the two guys because they play together with club level.
Yep.
Gary's on the ball again. He finds Connor Cassidy. Limerick are definitely happy enough to allow the two centre halves have the ball anyway, that's for sure. And pick up the ball like this, a good strong header out to Ryan. So he's comfortable on the ball.
He's comfortable on the ball, and to me, with the thing with Vinny, with Palace United, I mean, they're in the third division in Limerick. He's playing front, scored a lot of goals. But he's played almost all the games for the Oscar Traynor. All the games for the Oscar Traynor, and has done a really good job. So just goes to show good players are in every division.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and fairness, Leon never gave up on it and made Jason Maguire, should I say, kicked the ball. It wasn't going to reach him in the box, and Jason read it and cleared up the line. Wexford are predominantly made up of Premier teams, North End, Gorey, Fort Celtic out there today.
You can see Gary's kick in here dropped, held up in the wind and held back 10 yards in the air, so you can see the difference, and even just down in front of us. I think it's just, he's come out with the ball.
Everybody stopped.
Yeah, I was just about to say down in front of us, it was the ball between 3 and 4 players. They're kicking the ball off each other, and just even there, that typifies it. What we've kind of seen in the first 20 odd minutes or so here. It's just, I think the conditions, it is difficult. There's no two ways about it. It is difficult.
It's definitely a strong wind after picking up there. We'll see how this guy decides to put it on the ground and kick.
Looking at the wind, isn't it?
Yeah. Won by Gary Delaney.
It's Connor Coughlin. Look for the switch to Leon. Daly. Well defended.
Alan adds to it. Alan Rhodes in midfield, and
he's a very busy player. Looks around. He's puts himself about the place.
Yeah. I know Alan from a chap. My father would have had him when he was about 10, going down to the Kennedy Cup. So I know Alan a long time, and a good chap, competitive. Strong midfielder.
Absolutely.
Loves the tackle.
He looks it. It's always good to see, and even there, at times taking no chances. If he's unsure, hooks the ball over the shoulder and up into the forward area. That's a great turn.
Played by Ethan to his teammate at the club level, Paul Brennan, and a throw in for Wexford. Were calling for a free, but Tommy Frawley just slowing Paul down a small bit, and there's no harm in that. Battle for possession right in front of the Wexford dugout, and Wexford come out on top this time. Allen to John Pear. John had a very busy first 5-10 minutes of the game. He's kind of gone out of it a little bit. Wexford would definitely like to see him getting in. Nice bit of 1-2 there between Roundbusher and Casso. Casso tried his best.
He stayed in.
He stayed in to Owen Rhodes.
Well defended.
Great bit of defending. Yeah. He done really well there. Got his arms and his backside out and covered Owen Rhodes off, because Owen is a big strong chap.
I think a lot of with the Wexford, you can see where they're trying to get their joy is around the 1-2s. When that ball comes inside, the runner is either at full back or on the right hand or the left hand side is making that run to try and get the overlap.
Definitely, yeah, I agree with you. Another long ball and a great battle between the two boys there. Ufford and Vinny is on the ball now again. He's head up. Reese wins the tackle, and it's gone out to Leon. He stood up by Todd Hines, and Leon pulls it back to Walsh.
Shane Walsh.
Yeah.
Shane Walsh.
Shane.
Ball.
Wexford on the counter now again with John Pear. John gives away the ball cheaply.
It's a free.
Free kick all day long. So cheap ball to give away from John Pear.
Yeah. It's actually a bit of a shame. I think Wexford have gotten the other side of the Limerick midfield there, but it's just kind of wrong pass, I think, probably.
Looks like Lipper is going to knock this one in. He'll have to get a good connection with it, and which he does to the back post.
Oh, well. It's back with it. Put it back in again, I think, straight first time.
Yeah, he did.
Ambitious to try and score when you're backpedaling from the edge of the box, but look, you'll count it as a header on target.
That's it, yeah. That's exactly it.
Gary's unhappy about something over there. I'm not sure what he's going on.
Could have told me that, like.
A couple of the Limerick lads not happy with the line-out, so it's done, and the ball is back in. Paul Brennan tried to feed it to Owen Rhodes, well defended again by Limerick. Ethan out to Todd. Good defending by, I think the two wingers are after swapping Ryan Busher and Paul Brennan for Wexford up top. Gary to Cassie. Cass back to Gary again, and it's time to go to Reese. Patient for Wexford, but Leon, he was tenacious in the tackle there, and he got his throw in.
Yep.
So in fairness to Vinny, he done very well there. He knew he was offside. He left it and made Todd Hines deal with it.
Yeah.
Plenty of pressure on him by young Leon there. So,
yeah.
And that bit of intelligence won a throw in for Limerick.
That's it. He was clearly offside.
Another throw in again from Limerick, defended by Reese, just in front of his own dugout. Tommy tries to find Vinny. Oh, Leon.
Give the free out. I think it might be. We'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt, maybe. On that one.
as a Wexford man, I'll take it.
Yeah. We'll give the ref the benefit of the doubt. He saw something we didn't.
So the Limerick bench were not happy with it. That's the only one he gets wrong today. We're not too bad.
Exactly.
Great header by Tom. Find Shane Walsh in midfield, and Shane put him under a bit of pressure.
He did.
So Todd picked it up with Ethan running out.
That's it. For you, yeah. I think you could, with Shane Walsh there, the slight pass like that overcompensated, gets himself the wrong side of. Was it Ethan? And just a little bit. I think at times when you give up a ball away like that, you're so eager to make up for it that you can sometimes be over eager and give away the free, as happened in this case.
Exactly, yeah. And a nice set piece. John Pear coming in with his right foot, and Todd with a left. Todd Hines has a fantastic left, but he leaves it to John, who hangs it. Gary!
Gary took his eye off the ball slightly there.
Very unusual. I thought John had only just hung it up there. I thought it was quite easy for Gary to come,
absolutely.
But a lapse in concentration.
I think that's exactly it. It looked too easy to catch it, didn't it?
Probably, yeah. So, and a little bit of foosball around there for a few seconds, but Limerick dealt with it and got it out. And John Pear in the centre midfield again. Now to Todd. Todd with his crossfield
good
ball.
Switch. Great
Paul
switch.
Brennan. Paul loops it back across.
That's a great chance. Sat up too high. Yeah.
Sat up quite high for Ryan Busher.
Did.
So, but yeah, in fairness, small bit of Wexford pressure coming into the 30th minute now of this game. So Small bit of pressure on the Limerick back 4.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good switch over from here. A ball like that's hooked across, and as soon as it bounces, we all know that, taught from a young kid, don't let the ball bounce in your box. But I think, to be fair, the ball was sitting up too high if you ambush it to make up the more of it.
Definitely, he definitely had to try and snatch at it, and Ethan, after putting Todd under pressure, but he just made it. It's another free in Wexford's favour.
The dugout's in front of us there. It's cat.
Ryan Busher was caught by Tom
Frawley.
yeah. It's a tough one for the full back. He has to try and make a little bit of a attempt, and sometimes if the ball is just nipped in front of him. The same 2 guys over it for Wexford. It's a further out. Surprising there's nobody. A short took by Wexford, and Jean-Pierre now charging towards the centre, and he's trying a shot from all of 30 yards. You want to be hitting it a little bit better than that.
Look, we again, we'll call it a strike on target, or sorry, off target, a strike on goal. He's probably a little bit far out to take that on. Probably should look to one of the wide men.
I suppose he had the wind behind his back, so he probably thought it was worth a try. Come off of Brian Busher to go out. Busher dealing with a long ball from Todd. Forward. Sneak of handball there by some of the Wexford, but the referee was on the wrong side, and he's allowed play to go on. And
concentration again, Joey Rush, I think, snatching out of putting the ball out straight for a throw.
Joey looks like he's a young lad from here.
Joey, yeah, he's what's it, 21, 22, Joey? He's quite experienced actually, won the Munster Junior Regional a couple of years back. Made the move to Ashling in the summer.
Same club as the Oscar Traynor manager?
Yes, yeah, correct, yeah. So John Lyce involved in that. Ashling had a coffee, won the league in Limerick last year. Went on an amazing run. I think it was 14 league games in a row they won to win it, which, as I mentioned earlier, in a very competitive league in Limerick is no mean feat.
Definitely is, yeah.
In any league, I suppose, to win 14 games in a row.
It's a great record, a great flick on. And Limerick, I think this is Limerick's first corner as well, actually.
First corner, yeah.
So chance to get everybody up.
I think Shane Walsh will go for the in-swing. Yeah, Shane is making his way over anyway. I think they might look to put it straight in, as you say, a lot of big men.
Definitely.
Vinnie Ryan and Kieran Connell, Adam Lipper, Eli Reardon, Tom Frawley, all in the box.
Yeah, all big chaps. Eli is free at the back post. The Wexford are a bit slow to get to it, but knocked It was knocked into the front post, then well defended by Wexford, and now Ryan Busher putting the pressure. Gary, who done quite well there, good clearance. Jean-Pierre knocking it back into danger. Paul Brennan now running at Joey. Stands it up. Back into Owen. The ball hasn't stuck for Owen today, in fairness to him.
He's cut his heels there.
Casso breaking forward.
Read that well. Read that very well. Stepped in to win the ball in the middle. It looked like he had a strike was travelling, but it was well closed down.
Away again by Limerick this time, by Joey Frawley, who's left his man free, and Ryan Busher, who's been stood up now. Todd overlapping.
Corner.
Yeah. Corner ball. Jean-Pierre is going to place it up. We have Todd Hines, who looks like he's either picking up a bit of a knock on his nose that time. Wexford are all bunched in around that penalty spot area and breaking now to.
Oh, it's a great delivery. Oh, well done. I think it was Adam Lipper.
Good header by Adam, and another great set piece by Jean-Pierre, in fairness. And
excellent deliveries.
Todd now whips it in with his left foot, and Gary deals with it this time.
Made sure he kept his concentration for that one.
He definitely did. Now Wexford to get back into shape. Great kick in that time, right down on top of O'Connell and Reese Murphy. Followed in by Shane Walsh, who was unlucky that time. I thought he stopped, he thought he might have won a free. And Jean-Pierre now breaking with Ethan Vickers. Ryan.
Oh, well defended. Oh, and he's won it back. He's in. That's great work.
Hard luck. Good defending by Adam again that time after Ryan winning it back off of Tom.
So brilliant work out of Ryan inside there to win that back when he first. Tom Frawley did well to get it inside the other way.
Finney and Ryan are having a great battle again,
there, yeah.
or should I say Reese. And Reese done the sensible thing, just put it over the line and get numbers back. Finney's quick, he's putting the pressure on Ryan whenever that ball goes over that top, and Ryan on a yellow has to be careful.
I think there Ryan, he did well though. What he did is, as soon as he felt Finney, he felt that engagement, and he was able to get his body across and kind of get that extra half a yard to enable him to do the clearance. So very well defended.
It definitely was, and it looks like a long throw in by Tom. Found the first post, and Finney got his flick on him when read by Conor Castley. And a difficult one for Eli, just dropping out of the sky, and he nodded it out for a throw in. They're the difficult ones, just dropping out of the sky with no pace. It's very hard to get anything back on him, isn't it? Where you look.
It is. Look, it's, as you say, sometimes you can head them in, mishead them with those ones dropping out. It went out for a throw in, but it went out 10 or 15 yards ahead of where he was. So gives the Limerick a chance to regroup. And they've won the ball back.
One in midfield, and Leon.
He looks offside. Yeah.
Good line by Wexford, but in fairness to young Leon, he got his head up that time and a little flick pass over the top, and
I think he just got slightly too early, you can see it.
Finney had made the run, yeah. An easy one for the linesman. Paul Brennan's
That's a great touch. Lovely ball.
To Owen Rhodes, and Owen has his head up and pulled it across. It was wasn't a shot or a cross really in the end, but a nice bit of play by Wexford in fairness. Owen made a great run off the shoulder and a little pass in from Paul Brennan.
Yeah, it was a lovely touch from Paul Brennan in the first place to get himself free, and a little reverse pass to Owen running in. As you say, almost a cross shot really that rolled out, but certainly a warning sign for Limerick there. You know, it was only ball came in and 3 touches. They were at Wexford room for a strike and goal.
Definitely. O'Connell is up with Reese again.
That's a great win.
Great header from Reese. A little bit of head tennis in the centre midfield, and O'Connell has it down at his feet. He finds. Oh, great ball. Finney is in.
Oh, super defended.
What a tackle by Reese Murphy that time. In fairness, a lovely little bit of play by Limerick. Conor Coughlin. Slid it through to Vinny out on that left side, and in fairness to Vinny, he put the afterburners down and he was gone, but a fantastic tackle by Reese Murphy.
Superb defending. It's like Conor got the ball, nice little slide through to Vinny, as you say. It looked like he was away, but superb recovery and defending, making sure that you know, not testing the keeper.
Definitely, he had to get it, or it was a penalty, and he would have been gone. And a great whipped in.
Well defended.
Another good ball in, and Owen Rhodes got a good strong header on it. It drops out to Leon in midfield, who couldn't get it under control.
That's
and a
counter attack
for
now.
Paul
Brennan, is it?
Paul Brennan is getting it, and Joey Rush has followed him over from the left side. Paul Brennan's tucked inside.
That's a great
touch to jump here. Great tackle. Another fantastic block that time, this time by Eli Reardon. So we've had some very, very good defending. A couple of last-ditch tackles.
Yep. Let's say it's all the name of the game as a defender. Stop the ball going into your own goals.
Doesn't matter what way.
Exactly.
Ethan Vickers in midfield now with Wexford has his head up.
Oh, he overcooked that.
Yep. He gave poor out Ryan. Ryan is quick, but he's not that quick. So Wexford now looking to pin Limerick in the corner here. And Tom has a long throw in. Gets it up the line 20-30 yards, and Vinny tried to add to it. He just knocked it out for a Wexford throw. Very little movement from Wexford, and now Ethan whips it around the corner. Tone and Casso feeding Paul Brennan again. Paul has definitely looked a danger man.
Yeah.
Good ball and a Wexford corner again.
Started to come into the game even more as it's gone on, and it's gone over to the right hand side now as well. The last 5 minutes or so, and he's started to pick those up, and he's looking for that reverse pass, I think, as well.
Yeah, well, the Wexford manager would know Paul very well. He would have managed him in Leinster Junior Cup final and also in the FAI a couple of years ago. And Paul, he's had a bit of a stop-start season for Gorey this year. He was a sub, I think, in the All-Ireland semi-final for this competition, and he's starting today, and Todd Hines going to whip this in with his left foot, and a great whip ball in for Owen Rhodes. A great battle there between Owen and I think it was O'Connell.
I think it was, yeah.
So a good battle between two big centre forwards, and Owen was under pressure heading it over.
Bit of a chance getting the header on it coming in, but as you say, when you're sometimes the defender, if you can't win it, make it as difficult for the forward or the attacker to get a totally clean header on it.
Yeah. Just make it difficult.
Exactly.
Sun is coming out now. We might have to put the sunglasses on.
Ireland,
Yeah. Paul Brennan winning it to Owen Rhodes. Feeds it to John Pear, catches it on the volley and tried to find Ryan. Ethan with a good tackle that time. It was a bit of a lunge, but I think he took the ball. Some referees would have given it. And Ethan. He had caught. Ethan went down. He had been caught on the edge of the box, and big shouts from Wexford for a penalty, but referee had a great, in fairness, he had a great position. He was looking across it, so.
Yeah, again, it's something you'd have to watch back. It looked like Tommy Frawley had come in at a speed and didn't get the ball. Another day you'd see a referee give that, but as you say, referees in a much better position. So
definitely, Limerick building down along the line now. As we say, as we come into the 42nd minute, quite even. Yeah, very little between both sides.
Very little, isn't it? Say now, it's still a bit of a breeze there, but conditions seem to have settled from the first 15 minutes. Haven't really seen huge amount of, I suppose, anyone cut open or quality-wise from either side yet, but say
cup finals can be quite like that, isn't
took
it?
the words out of my mouth. I was going to say big cup finals, they can be cagey like that.
Yeah, big games. Nobody wants to be the player to make a mistake.
Exactly.
Do they? So, and you always expect to have a classic, don't you?
You do.
How often
happens.
does it deliver? It's all about getting your name on the cup at the end of the day.
No one will remember how you played next year or the year after.
Free in for Limerick, pushing. I think Ethan Vickers is getting blamed for pushing, so a nice position for Shane Walsh maybe to get onto it, or Joey Rush coming over with his left boot.
Yeah, went to see. They send a Joey back. Shane Walsh will take this.
It'll be an outswinger then with Shane getting ready to swing it around with his right. He's looking for 10 yards. He's not getting it. And Ryan Busher, number 7.
He's coming closer, I think.
Great ball.
Great delivery. Oh, it's well defended.
By Gary, and Ethan just put enough pressure on Coughlin, and Wexford now try to counter-attack with a great ball from John Pear to Paul Brennan.
Oh, Leon Daly did well.
Leon done really well, because Paul Brennan's first touch that time was fantastic. To take that out of the sky and keep without breaking a stride was really good, and Leon tracked him every inch of the way. And quick throw from Wexford from Casso to John Pear. Paul Brennan tried to feed John Pear inside, but small bit off target. Todd now with a small bit of space in front of him, being closed down by Shane Walsh. Not a great ball by Todd, but it's back to him. He has a second chance. John Pear picking it up in midfield, tried to dink it over, but
get away with it.
We'll say he read it well.
We'll say, yeah.
It was intended.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure he meant it to go as square back, but I suppose it's comfortable for Gary for a finish.
Oh, he's been very impressive, Adam Lipper, in this half.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's always rock solid when he plays. he's played a lot of games in big games for Pike over the years, I mentioned earlier. So another player that used to an occasion like this wouldn't faze him. I think he scored a lot of goals in this competition. He scored a hat-trick, believe it or not, from centre-back. Limerick were 2 down. He scored a hat-trick, and he got the winner in extra time in the against Kilkenny as well in the quarter-final. So scored a lot of goals this year.
This is actually the second time Limerick side of Wexford meeting to play the Desmond League in the quarter-final. So the Desmond League is a very small league.
Yeah, it's County Limerick, so we're kind of predominantly Limerick City. The teams are from, with a sprinkling of Tipperary with Nina being in it, and Charleville and Cork, but of course they're closer to Limerick.
Todd is squaring up.
He's turned him in and out there, but Tom recovered well. He seemed to lose his bearings a little bit there, Tommy, but recovered it well to make the block.
No, he definitely did. Todd was going inside and outside, and he was making it difficult. Ball to Alan Rhodes. Alan fights Ryan Busher. Ryan back to Alan, and he opens it up to Connor, who decides to come back inside into 3 Limerick players, and he's lucky he got away with it there.
He didn't play any extra minutes there, did he?
No,
45
on the dot. In fairness, there wasn't much injury time or anything like that, so we'll leave you for the first half in Limerick at 0-0. Quite even game, and looking forward to the second half in a few minutes.
Yeah, hopefully it'll pick up. Just say it's been a little bit scrappy. Hopefully the weather settled down. The second half might give us a little bit more excitement.
Perfect. See you soon, guys.
Thank you.
been stuck in emotions, pushing all the buttons and hoping it turns out right. Always pretending I know best, and I'm in control, but I don't know about this time, not this time. Boy, you're playing my heart like an arcade video game, like a past to win. Oh yeah, you're playing my love like an arcade video game, going insane. Going insane. Going insane. Going insane. Going insane. Going insane. Boy, I've played the game. I'm running out of hearts to give away. One too many breaks, and I can't put me back together again. Boy, you're playing my heart like an arcade video game, like a past to win. Oh yeah, you're playing my love like an arcade video game, going insane. Going insane. Going insane.
In the back of my mind, there's a memory. You were holding my hand tight, kissing on a moonlit street. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you is killing me. Baby, I can't breathe. Baby, I can't breathe. I remember your eyes like a warm sunset, rolling on my king-size bed. Moments that I can't forget. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you is killing me. Baby, I can't breathe. Honey, I'm on my knees. Baby, can you hear me? Honey, you're all I need. Baby, I can't breathe. Baby, I can't breathe.
Welcome back, everybody. We get ready to go. We nearly got caught out with half-time, Paul. We were up getting tea and sandwiches.
we were. We just saw the players running out, so we hot-tail it down from the club over here.
So you may forgive us if we're slightly out of breath after running down here.
That's it.
So Wexford got off to a start after putting the ball down into the bottom corner here as Todd Hines, left wing, getting ready. No changes, so very much the same.
Very much the same. The only thing is it's much brighter than it was at the beginning of the first half. Still a little bit breezy, but nothing like we had at the start. So hopefully the sun has started to come out, but it being Ireland, that could change very quickly, as we well know.
It surely could. And ball up in the air, and Gary Delaney knocks it back to where it came from, and a good strong header that time from Limerick number 6. He gave away a free. There was very little he could do there. I think he stood his ground.
I think he stood his ground, yeah. It seems a bit soft, to be honest.
It was stood his ground, and Ethan Vickers went back into him, and Ewan O'Brien gave away the free. Todd Hines stepping over it. John Pear was with him, but it looks like Todd is going to take this now. A little bit of jostling in the box. Players trying to find a bit of space. And it drops to Gary Delaney, who got a left boot onto it. John Pear now whips it in.
Is it
hangs
a chance? He got up well above the back post, but I think who's there? Was it Adam Lipper? Put him under enough pressure to stop the header.
Yeah.
Having any real purpose.
So, in fairness, we have Joey Rush now overlapping on the left full back and getting to the byline, and he tried to get a whip on it, but a little bit too much, and it's ran out for a goal kick. To Jason Maguire taking his time strolling over. Yeah, we were just talking at half time. We were saying that a lot of games like this may just come to a mistake, or maybe a magical substitution.
I think that's it. Like what we've seen so far, you'd be standing there going, you don't think any team is going to get a magical goal, but players start to tire, as you say, impact substitutions, and the other thing is players start to tire, mistakes and concentration can slip away, but you know, no team has kind of been dominant or on the total front foot of chances wise yet. So
no, and Jason, a good kick, put right down on top of Eli Reardon that time, and he done well over own roads. One thing I noticed today, both goalkeepers are left-footed.
Yeah, and both well able to. I mean, that was a superb kick out there by Jason Maguire. Like, I could say, some distance on it, as kicking into the breeze there.
So Reese Murphy finding his left full back. Todd comes back inside again, and the ball is switched out to Gary. No pressure on Gary as yet. Now there's a small bit coming onto him, and he finds the feet of John Pear, and Limerick are just keeping their shape nice and tight. So Wexford definitely going to have to come up with something magical to break that spot, to break a gap or a dummy run or something like that.
As you can see in front of us, when Wexford have the ball, every single Limerick player is back in their own half. And it's taken a similar shape to the beginning of the first half, where Limerick the defenders there are almost on the edge of their own 18-yard line. No real pressure being put on the Wexford back four as they move the ball from left to right. As you say, they're looking to trying, I suppose, to wait to see a gap, but as we well know, 11 players behind the ball is difficult to break down.
Definitely. Shane Walsh knocks it out for a throw into Wexford. No, it can be, sometimes you need a centre forward, because Wexford are doing the same. They're keeping their shape quite well. Sometimes you need somebody just to make a false run, just to try and create that space, and Wexford just seem to be lining three up top and knocking it to own now. And
sometimes it's the easiest route, and there's a chance.
That's it.
Oh, he's done well, Tommy, yeah. But just as we were talking about it, as you can see there, sometimes moving the ball back and forth, that's not troubling Limerick. One ball in, and it's a competitive 50-50, and you get the flick on. The ball's in the box there. Tommy Frawley did well to hold him up, but ball falls to Paul Brennan in the box. There's a chance he can do something with it.
It definitely was. Wexford look like they're after their two white guys, their 4-3-3 are switched back over onto the wings that started the game in, and John Pear whips it to the front post. Good header by Adam Nipper that time again. He done really well to get that, because he was facing his own goal. And Alan Rhodes made it hard work for John Pear that time. So He was complaining. I think he's putting his boot on. Adam is, but he done really well there.
He did. He won the header nice at the front post. Good delivery in again. It's causing good deliveries by both teams so far. Actually, it's been well defended, I suppose, on the whole, because of the quality the ball's gone in. The defenders have been defending them well.
Definitely. A bit scrappy in midfield, and Alan Rhodes boots it forward to his brother Owen, and Nipper won 2 headers in a row there again, and he feeds Coughlin, who's tried to get turned to face Connor Cassie, and he find O'Connell, and a great ball. Great run by Joey Rush, and his left side, and a great ball. He's understanding it to Vinny, and Vinny, great shot. And another great tackle, this time by Gary Delaney.
Brilliant.
Who got the block in, but a lovely stand-up ball by Joey that time.
Yeah, and even just before it, you could see with the ball was picked up by Kieran O'Connell. I think it was Leon Daly and Vinny had both run early, so he waited for Joey, which was a brilliant run on the left-hand side, to just wait, because he knew both these players were offside, and waited for Joey, who stood the ball up excellently. Vinny opted to take the touch, which was probably the right decision, but just
allowed Gary.
Him, yeah.
Gary used all 6'4" of his frame just to get a touch on it, and a great whip ball into the front post.
And look, it's well defended again.
Yeah, Owen Rhodes that time.
Absolutely, Owen Rhodes was super defended.
Wexford centre forward got a touch onto it, and Ryan Busher found Paul Brennan with it, and another really good bit of defending by Leon Bailey that time again. He stood up Paul Brennan, who would be at least a foot taller than him, but he done really, really well.
He did. He's wiry, Leon. As we said at the start, he's not the biggest lad, but he's got a lot of bottle about him.
Defensively today, he's been excellent, I think. Even though he's playing on the wing, but he's done his job really, really well.
I think there's a bit of work, obviously, on the Limerick wingers, that it's not a 4-4-2 as such, but it's a 4-4-1-1. There's obviously a lot of work that's to be done by your wide men there. Leon certainly put a shift in today.
Yeah, he definitely is that. He's coming up probably against one of the informed players in Wexford, in Todd Hines. Todd he played for Wexford Bows last year. He was in part of the Wexford Bows team. We're in the Leinster Junior Cup final, but he played up front for them. And since he's gone to North End, he's gone in as a left full back, and he's it just goes to show the calibre of players North End have at club level when they're putting Todd in left full back.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's had a really, really strong year for North End, and they have an FAI Junior Cup semi-final coming up in the next couple of weeks.
That's right.
A small bit of bobbling around, and the ball goes out for Wexford again.
And they'll be interested to see, I suppose, their opponents, Salt Hill, just going to goal up an extra time in Castlebar. So
yeah, a big one, all right. So it's down in Wexford.
Yep.
So it'll be a big distance for either to travel down on the day, and North End will be looking forward to it. They're probably one of the clubs in Wexford that really pushed for the outside competitions, in fairness to them, and they've a fantastic set up down there. And I'd like to wish them all the best of luck. I'm sure I'll be talking to the boys before that, but it'd be nice to see a Wexford team in an FAI.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, against my old crowd, Fairview, in the final, of course. So
yeah, we've had a good couple of years actually, with North End and Gorey both competing in it.
Yep.
And Ryan Busher and Joey Rush doing a little battle there, and Ryan coming out on top with a throw-in. He leaves it to Casso of Gorey Rangers, who
I think
lazy little bit of play, I think, that time by Ryan. Limerick playing Shane Walsh facing his own goal, playing it back to Eli, who knocks it long to Leon. Was a good battle. Shane Walsh giving away a soft free in the centre of midfield on Ethan Vickers that time.
Yeah.
The referee's demanding that he goes back to have a chat to him. Shane coming in from the Pike Rovers.
Yeah.
Big club down here in Limerick.
Yeah, big club, Pike. As I mentioned, I think they've been in 4 FAI finals in the past, must be maybe 12, 13 years. A couple of Munster juniors and perennial league winners down here in Limerick. So Certainly a big club down here.
Wexford definitely look to try and box in now. Limerick, and Joey Rush finds the head of Paul Brennan, who knocks it back to Alan Rhodes, and Alan knocks it into into Ryan Busher, but
it's gone
Paul
out,
has
is
gone.
it? Oh.
Yeah, Todd done well to
He
win
did
a
very
throw
well.
in.
Very well
He done
there.
well
Yeah,
to
it looked
get to
like he never gave up on it.
55 minutes gone, and Wexford's own Rhodes whips it across
Corner.
and gets in a corner.
I don't think Limerick haven't really shown much of a threat this half so far. We're only 10 or 11 minutes in, but without creating a whole pile, it's kind of Wexford have certainly been the team more on top for this beginning of the second half.
Definitely turning the screw a small bit, and a good ball by Jean-Pierre, but nobody attacked it. It's gone out to the back to Ethan, who's been chased down by Vinny, who done quite well.
Yeah.
In fairness, Ethan. Vickers done really well there. His clubmate Conor Cassie, who unfortunately his grandmother passed away, so may she rest in peace during the week, and our thoughts are with the family.
Yeah, condolences to the family.
So, and Conor, in fairness to him, he's been a stalwart to Gorey for the last 10-12 years, especially in that first team. He's been ever present, and he's definitely one of the best fullbacks in Wexford for the last 10-15 years, so nice chap too. So our thoughts are with the Cassidy family and everybody else, and the ball is back now with Jason Maguire, who finds Reese.
Oh, he has to go with his right foot there, and he got a fair distance with it on his right foot as well there, to be fair. Hooked over the top there.
Alan looking for his brother Owen, who's put the pressure on Adam Nipper, and Joey hooks it away over Conor Cassidy's head, and Gary Delaney and Vinny. Gary had a strong arm up against his back. And another good battle there between Reese and O'Connell. And Wexford come out on top of them battles with Paul Brennan with the ball at his feet. And a good strong tackle by Shane Walsh, but Paul still came out with it. And a cross ball over to Ryan Busher. If you're in charge of either team, would you maybe look to change it up a small bit?
I was about to mention, I haven't seen anyone from the Limerick side. I wouldn't be surprised to see Adam Foley perhaps as a wide player come on up front for Limerick. A little bit leggy, it kind of seems a little bit at the minute. As I mentioned, Wexford are having a lot of the play without being, he's after walking. Ryan Delaney's after walking up to the edge of the D in the Limerick half there with no pressure on him whatsoever, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Adam Foley perhaps make an appearance fairly shortly.
Yeah, look at Wexford, I suppose. Willie's probably thinking this quite comfortable, especially the first, as we said, touch on 13-14 minutes. He has plenty of ability on the line, like Conley, Stephen Kinsler, just to name two guys who could quite easily come into it, Yeah,
Limerick have Joel Costrain as well. Joel's played all the games, so I'm not sure whether he's carrying a knock today or whatever, it's a selection issue, whatever it may be. But good technical player, can get on the ball and maybe help Limerick get higher up the pitch, because look how deep they are even again here at the minute. They're not managing to get up the pitch.
No, definitely not. Not at the minute. And I see. Trying to get out, and even if they are getting out at the minute, they only have the two or three guys who are up top.
I don't see anyone warming up from Limerick though. I can see a couple on the Wexford side, but
yeah, we have it looks like Wexford's Rafi Abadoy from my own club Shamrock Rovers, looks like he's warming up. Rafi is quick, he centre forward. Gary's holding up Finney, and he's doubled up with Cassie. Free kicks, simple free to be given away, too silly, especially when you have the height presence of the Limerick side. So I seen number 6, Ewan O'Brien, just limping a second ago. He's looking towards the bench, so
he's talking there.
They're just double checking with him there.
Of course, with my team, the parish rivals, he's with the opposition side of it, so
great ball by another fantastic ball by Walsh in that time. Alan tried to add to it, but he only looped it out over the line. So
That's still he's gone up. Who's that? Joel, is it?
Joel, I think, is warming up.
Kind of crew, is it? Yeah.
So
And I can see Adam Foley's up there now, so yeah.
they must have been listening to you, Paul.
That's it, yeah.
A long throw in by Tom Frawley, and Gary Delaney nearly knocked it. Looked like it came off Gary's head back to his keeper.
There's no one on their toes in the Limerick box, but they're stretched here.
Oh,
This could be in trouble. Oh, better ball there.
Johnny Pear was unlucky.
Oh. That was a 1v1 with Paul Brennan and Ewan, and I think Paul would have the pace on Ewan.
Yeah, 1v1 that time, and poor John. I was actually in Swansea last weekend with John in a stag party. He still must be slightly hungover.
Yeah.
So great ball. Gary up to Owen Rhodes and a great flick on. Paul Brennan didn't read it that time, and Gary Neville came out of his goal to clear it, and Ethan lost his first touch to Coughlin, and Shane Walsh now in midfield.
Well.
He's Ewan O'Brien, and Ewan got his head up, and
Ewan's in trouble there. I can't see him going much longer.
Unfortunately not. And Maguire finds Casso. His head up, a square ball to Alan Rhodes, and put him slightly under pressure with two around him.
Yeah, Shane Walsh and Vinny DeRine did well there, but again, it's just sloppy. But well read by Conor Castley there for sure.
Yeah, and Paul Brennan allowing the ball come out, and Alan nipped it in Coughlin. Oh, good ball, but a great touch by Todd so he didn't leave it in the linesman's hands, did he, Todd? Well read by Todd, and Limerick now coming back into it a small bit again, so the game is definitely to and fro.
It is.
Our cameraman and production manager doesn't want extra time. He didn't have it in the budget.
No, yeah.
So, and the first sub on Limerick side, Ewan.
It's Adam Foley, is it?
Yeah. Adam Foley of Ashland Anacotta. Will that change the team shape, or do you think?
I would think so, yeah. Maybe Kieran O'Connell might have to drop back into the middle for a few minutes and leave Adam. Obviously, a different dynamic with Adam. Very quick, very direct when he gets the ball on it. He plays wide or up front, so he can cover anywhere across the front three. But I'd imagine it won't be looking like they'll have to drop Kieran a little bit deeper, certainly, if Ewan has gone off.
Yeah, so it's not a like for like sub anyway, so it'll be interesting to see how this what this is going to bring to Limerick.
I think, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I kind of not surprised. Limerick were very deep, and when they were winning the ball back, they weren't getting anyone to run in behind, whereas Adam will give you that option. So not that surprised to see him make his entrance, albeit with an injury to Ewan to contend with.
Vinny done very well.
He's done well, the keeper. Kieran, that's kind of our first
in
the second half sight a goal proper.
A good stop by Jason, but nice bit of play by Limerick that time, and O'Connell coming onto it into a deep role, and now we switch back, and Adam Nippers, after reading that again very, very well. And definitely O'Connell, you're dead right, Paul, he has dropped into that centre midfield area.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a late challenge through there. The referee, nothing more. I think probably the referee's right. I think the option here is, do it again. You get a yellow, but
I agree with you. In fairness, he's had a good game. He hasn't brandished the cards. So as of yet, anyway. So, and Coughlin looks like he's going to have to get a small bit of treatment. So, kick in the calf, I think, by the looks of things. That the dugout was just kind of blocking our view, but
it'll be fine.
And Wexford definitely, they have Stephen Kinsella warming up and Rafi Abadoy out there, so you might see something fresh coming in now shortly. The FAI Connect is brilliant when it's working, isn't it? I was just looking to see, was there any more score in the Castlebar game? Still 1-0. Oh, it's an extra time, yeah. So
100 minutes completed. That'd be it. Oh yeah, it's in there.
So
First half extra time completed is what they have. Yeah.
and I just mentioned to Bree United, they were beaten in the Leinster Junior Shield today 1-0 by Oldcastle United. It's great, these competitions, isn't it? The Shield for teams
I think
down in it
yeah,
to try and
yeah. I mean, last year in the Shield, they had a great final here between Ballinanty and Ashling Anacotty, both two Limerick teams to the Munster Shield. Previously, they were coming up, when I was involved in Fairview, this year in Mungrid and the lower league teams. It's very difficult for them to go when you get drawn away to a Premier team. It's very difficult for them. So this at least gives them the opportunity to experience what it's like to go to travelling and
and they're a big day out.
They're a big day out,
They're
exactly.
a big day out. So.
I see Joel Costrain looks like he's getting ready to come on for Limerick.
Yep. I won't actually ask you to predict who, but
if Kieran looks like he'll be all right. I wouldn't be surprised to see Vinny maybe going, but let's see, because Joel's a forward player.
Yes.
Or perhaps Leon Daly or Connor, but Connor's the captain. Connor Coughlin's the captain, so.
No, we might not be able to take Connor off for a little while then.
That's it.
Great, hard luck that time by Owen trying to find Ryan Busher. And the game has definitely opened up the last couple of minutes.
It has.
Don't know if the substitution was anything to do with it, but it has definitely opened up. And Leon Bailey now getting his head up and he's starting to run at Wexford. And poor ball by him to Connor, and then Connor gives it straight back. So Joey has a small bit of space, and Connor tried to read it, and Coughlin now has his head up. He's gone inside of Gary.
Oh, well defended.
So
it's kind of the first time we've seen Connor Coughlin he's got good feet. It's kind of the first time we've seen him throughout the game actually get at the fullback.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of time into the game to be waiting for that, but he did well there. Got the other side of him and a decent clip in that was well defended.
Yeah. For the first time, it looked like Owen Rhodes was a little bit isolated for Wexford this time. When the ball went up to him, there was no support, and Limerick are pushing body forward, and Tom Frawley finding Leon. Quick feed by Leon to try and find a bit of space.
He looked
dip back in.
Yeah, he looked to have a go. Yeah.
He done quite well there.
He did.
In fairness to Limerick, they're putting a small bit of pressure. And Casso is struggling there, left full back from that challenge, and here it looks like you could be right. It looks like I think Vinny could be coming. So a straight swap. Adam Roach has definitely gone straight through the middle, and I think they kind of switched formation a small bit, have they? Because I just see Vinny was hanging right out on the left wing there.
Yeah, so interesting to see where Joel. He's just going to probably try and pick up the space in the middle of the 10.
So Joel coming in from the club is Ashling Anacotty as well, so the manager knows him quite well.
Yeah. Joel has a lot of experience. Joel was at Shamrock Rovers, League of Ireland Shamrock Rovers up and down for a long time. So he's been around. He was travelling last year. I think it was New Zealand. So he's back now this year.
Plenty of ability, and Owen Rhodes putting the Limerick centre half under a small bit of pressure there. Who knocked it out? So Elana O'Riordan. So and John Pear now getting on and find Casso.
Casso, he's got time there.
Connor snatched at it.
I think he did. He had more time perhaps than he realised there. He could have taken the extra touch to compose himself.
Definitely, yeah. He was lucky to get a throw out, and Stephen John Pear and O'Connell looked like they were hugging each other for a second.
There we go. It's a lovely 1-2.
Casso, lovely ball. Came back to him and he's got it again. So
that was lovely play, lovely 1-2. As you say, Casso surely made up for it there.
Yeah. So lovely bit
Connor
of play.
Castley, lovely 1-2, and a decent ball across. I think Adam Lipper again. That man is inside in the 6-yard box defending his goal. Yeah.
So another really good bit of defending. Good to see Connor overlapping. He was down on his hunkers a minute ago. I thought he was injured, but he made a comeback and he was unlucky. So Todd of Wexford now getting ready to whipped this in with his left foot, and Wexford did the same kind of thing. They're bunched in around that penalty spot and looked to break. And I think they all moved a little bit before the ball was hit. And Gary at the back post, so very, very tough header for Gary.
Yeah.
So
It's again, as you say, two big men on each other there. Himself and Kieran jostling. Very difficult for when to get a clean header like that. And as you can see, it just kind of peters out. But again, superb delivery again.
Gary Delaney, or Gary Neville, should I say, is telling him push up. He's not going short with this. He's waiting for O'Connell to get further up the pitch to maybe try and hit him. It's his target, and he overhit him, and smallest man on the pitch got it. Leon. He wins his free kick for Limerick, and Wexford lads are not overly happy, but he was nippy.
Yeah.
Limerick are playing a dangerous game. They're leaving two Wexford lads back.
I was
now.
thinking surely someone is on their way back, and Leon Daly makes his way back.
So, I think they had forgotten for a second that Paul Brennan was standing there.
The halfway line,
trying to hide, I think he was. But Joey Rush now with his left foot going to swing this in on top of Wexford and hits the first man in Alan Rhodes. Watch Paul Brennan putting him under pressure, but he retained possession well and finds Leon back the whole way to his goalkeeper, so should allow Wexford to reset.
There you go. I'm not sure he might have meant that pass, but it turned out very well.
You take it. Well read that time by
Very well, yeah.
Ethan, and Limerick. It's a battle there midfield, and Joel came out with the ball and he lost it again. He never had it under full control.
No. Change on Wexford side here,
yeah. Rafi coming on for Ryan Busher. Be interesting to see. I think Wexford are going to make 2 or 3 changes in this now when they're making it. John Pear will come out onto the right. Owen Rhodes will probably drop into the 10. Paul Brennan has gone over to the left side, and Rafi will go straight up, right up through as your number 9. So he's coming straight in now to put a bit of pressure on. One thing Rafi will bring is pace to the team. He's top goal scorer, I think, in the Wexford Football League. Himself and the brother Dapo are joint top scorers. So yeah, a big
from my ear, it looks like a big lad as well.
Yeah, big lad. I'm 99% sure they're his first cousins with Festi Estabola.
Yes.
They're related anyway, somewhere or another. So the boys are quite close to Festi.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh well.
So there's football pedigree somewhere there.
Yeah. As well won by Alan Rhodes there in the middle. Good spring.
John Pear now out. John plays his club football with North End on the wing, former Morning Rangers player. So there's nothing unusual to see John popping out onto the wing. Gary Delaney with a free header. Knocks it back up in the air, and a bit of head tennis between Limerick and Wexford for a second, and a throw in now. Definitely a bit more movement in the Limerick team with the subs.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite static in the first half for dead play, throw-ins and things like that, but definitely you can see a bit more.
I think so, and as you say, with Joel, and there's the experience pedigree he has, he's going to make those little movements around the corner. It's a good ball.
Rafi gets his first touchdown, gets it under control, and he's won his corner. Fairness to Rafi, he done quite well.
He did. It's a great ball down the side, and centre halves. Last thing you want to do with a fresh man on the pitch that's going to run that way. It gives a little cider to the centre half as well about what he's planning to do when he comes on. So he did really well there, Rafi.
Yeah, There's nothing, as you said, you were a centre half yourself. There's nothing like you don't want to face your own goal, do you?
No, you never want to do it in
So-
any minute. Never mind that there's 75 gone and you're in a final. You never want to be running towards your own goal.
Wexford doing the same again. Paul Brennan in underneath the goalkeeper, and they're all making a move. They look like they timed the runs a little bit better this time, and
Well,
Gary
great punch.
done really well again
Yeah.
in the goal.
Yeah, and he's time.
Jump
He had
in.
time. He had time there. Again,
John whips it over the back end.
again, I think he had that time to take that extra touch, didn't he?
Yeah, John. Look, he wouldn't be naturally left-footed. He had time enough to bring it back onto his right side, but he tried to get the whip in. Limerick have another sub down there warming up quite vigorously, so looks like somebody could be.
Dylan Murphy, centre forward as well. So perhaps one of the wide men at the stage, I'd imagine, either Leon or Connor. Said they do have an option if they wanted to bring Dylan Murphy on up front to move Adam Foley, who's playing through the middle at the minute, out wide as well. He plays a lot of his football with Ashling as a wide forward as well, so they have that option.
John Pear now picking up the ball and
he's did
beating
very
his first man. Yeah, he's after taking on
That's
three
a
Limerick
great delivery.
knocked it to Connor, who turned back in to find teammate, and Gorey Rangers and Ethan Vickers, and 1-2 between the two of them, and Connor couldn't get the whip on it to beat the first man, and now Limerick are going to look to try and punish down that right full back area, and Gary Delaney put a stop to that.
Ball has gone up behind us. Yeah, John Perry did really well there. I think he skipped by Connor Coughlin and came inside. I'm not sure it was a Shane Walsh as well. A lovely ball down the side. Nice play. Well defended by Eli Reardon at the front post.
Well read by Tommy Foley. He had to backpedal there quite well, so and ball gone up, and good battle there between the two guys, and Wexford come out on top and found John Pear's feet, who John kept the ball, and
It's a lovely one around the corner. He's done. And yeah. I think that might have been soft on Eli now, but linesman's right down in front of it to give that. John Pear's really started to come into the game in the last 5-10 minutes, isn't he? Picking up little pockets of space, and 1-2s around the corner, causing Limerick a little bit of bother here.
yeah, no, John has done quite well. He's definitely finding space. When he comes out into that right position, it'd be very difficult for Joey to pick up.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to go and stand up against the full back. He'll always try and go in 10 yards, drop off of him, try and find that space. So he's definitely wouldn't be a natural winger. But he plays the position really, really well.
That's a great win.
And a great
Flick
header
on by
that
Connor
time.
Coughlin to Joel.
Joel tried to get it back across, but Jason Maguire read it quite well.
He did.
A long clearance by Jason to Rafi. And Rafi having a good battle with Adam Nipper, and Rafi came out on top and found Owen. Owen Rhodes has found Ethan Vickers with a bit of space, and Ethan has got his head up, and he went for it.
Comfortable, I think, for Gary for finish, but again, you kind of look for that far top corner. Just need a little bit more pace on the strike to trouble Gary.
He definitely went for it. And a long clearance by Gary down on top of the other Gary Delaney, who nodded it to Coughlin. And
it's a 1v1. It could be.
Leon was very unlucky there, just took his eye off it at the last second. He's got inside with a good whip. And Eli had just pulled off of Alan Rhodes at the back post, and if his first touch had been a little bit better, he could have been in with a chance.
Yeah, so Dylan Murphy is, I thought, one of the wide men. Dylan Murphy comes in. I think Joel Costrain is moving out wide. It looks, and Dylan Murphy will go in up front with Adam.
Yeah.
Is it Joel? I think it's Joel that mentioned to go out to head out wide. We'll see. I suppose it's a throw-in at the minute. We'll see when it goes into normal play.
Definitely. And Dylan, he looks like a bit of a physical presence as well.
Yeah, scored a lot of goals for
Good header into the penalty area.
Scoring a lot of goals for Pike over the past couple of seasons.
Todd trying to battle away there with Eli. It is Eli, is it? Yeah, that was.
Eli.
Oh no, Joel. Actually,
Joel.
sorry.
So I'm just looking here at Limerick. Yeah, so yeah, Joel looks like he's just gone out to Leon Daly's place, and then you've Adam Foley and Dylan Murphy. We'll go through the middle.
Yeah. So they haven't changed any shape. It's just
no, it's moving players around.
Conor getting a touch, a bit of pressure put onto him, and John took a little bit of a bang on the shin, and Rafi's going to definitely, he'll run the channel. He loves doing all this kind of stuff, Rafi does, in fairness to him.
Yeah, he doesn't mind the contact either. He's happy for the centre half to put the press on him and hold him up.
Ball gone back to Reese. Reese has had a quieter half this half. He was getting a lot of ball the first half, and he's found Todd. He's found Paul Brennan. And Paul has a bit of space for his
great
left.
delivery. Oh, Eli defended that well.
Great header. The ball was just maybe a couple of inches too high for Owen Rhodes. And now
it's time for Foley. Try and use his pace. I'm not sure which Wexford defender tackled.
The two of them were out to get him
the
anyway.
Two of them out to get him. That's right. Yeah. Both Gary Delaney and Reese were happy to come over and to try and tackle him.
Two tough centre forward, or two tough centre halves, should I say? The two guys, you know, you're going to be after being in a game after coming up against them. And in fairness, that was a good chase and a good break from Limerick.
Trying to utilise Tommy Frawley's long throw in here. To Kieran, there you go.
Well read by Conor at the back post and hooked back in by Joey Rush. Just maybe a little bit too much on it, has he? No. In fairness, Tommy Frawley done really well to get on the end of it.
He's the only one that actually seemed to be alert when the ball was put back in. It seemed Wexford might have switched off slightly there.
Yeah, it looked like Reese Murphy was just going to shelter it out, but Tommy had different ideas. And Jason Maguire now dropping the ball just like Gary Neville was in the first half, preferring to kick off the ground in this against the wind. Not a great kick, but well flicked on by Gary Delaney to John Pear, who set up Allen to knock it. And Limerick now trying to clear their lines, but it's back in Wexford. A bit of a battle there in midfield. Ethan Vickers gone down, but the ball's at John Pear's feet, and he's moved it to Alan Rhodes. Fairness, Alan, he's knocked it into Paul Brennan.
There's a chance if it breaks here, yeah.
Todd with his left boot. And
off the line was a break. Adam Lipper, superb.
So, in fairness to Todd, he came in from left full back, got up, got his shot away. The ball ended up breaking then to Rafi Abadoy, who tried to hook it in and cleared off the line by Adam. Great bit of reading in the game, in fairness to Adam, to cover his goalkeeper and another centre half.
Yeah, we could see it the second the ball broke to the edge of the box as Wexford run in. The chance was there, but as I said, a little bit stronger contact to Rafi get in, but superb defending once again by Adam Lipper to make sure keep the game scoreless.
Definitely was, yeah. And it was a big time, 82nd minute. It would have been a big time in the game, and Rafi going to try and win a header with Adam, but Adam Nipper won it quite well, and he's won the second one off of him. And Joey Rush clears up his line. So Gary Delaney
that's a chance
caught.
here.
Oh, it's 3v1, and Reese, Todd is getting back, but Reese is going to have to try and stand him up. Todd Hines putting the pressure on. Oh, great save by Jason Maguire.
Oh my goodness.
So a great finish, a great run there actually that time from Joel, from straight down the middle. Nice little ball across to him, and Jason Maguire, in fairness, stood up.
He stood up, superb. I think as you can see there, we can see the threat with Adam Foley and Joel. What Limerick were missing at the beginning of the second half there with that. Now once they won the ball back, they've got the pace to attack them. Joel makes a great run, but you have to say that's just superb goalkeeping. He didn't commit and made Joel save, and got a superb hand in it to tip it over the bar. Superb goalkeeping by Jason Maguire.
And a different corner taker now this time. They're looking to do something different to the front post. Read by Conor Cassidy that time, and John Pear now putting a bit of pressure. Oh no, it's not Shane Webster taking it. I thought it was Dylan Murphy taking it that time. And Limerick playing some nice football in around the box there.
Should be keepers. Yeah.
Jason holds on to it. Nice little bit of play by Limerick that time.
Yeah.
So it was, and in fairness,
I think it's funny the way football goes. We've waited 80 odd minutes and we've had the 2 chances in 82 and 83 minutes, the best 2 chances of the game.
definitely, yeah. It's like a heavyweight match, isn't it? They're both going for knockout now in the last couple of minutes. So that comes though at the end of the day. These are only junior lads.
Exactly.
They're all working. And,
they're putting everything into it, and
yeah. So the tiredness definitely be coming out of it. Shane now after finding the feet of Dylan. No, it's not Dylan. Adam Foley. Sorry.
To Joel Castrain. He'll let it run. Yeah, well defended. Read that very well. Is that
Todd Hines
Todd
done well
Hines
there? With
did really, really well. He read the run, made sure he got his body in front of Adam Foley before he had a chance to do anything, and just shepherd the ball out of the play. Very, very good defending.
definitely was. Jason now trying to take this thing out of Wexford by taking his time with the ball. The referee after telling him to speed it up a bit. I don't think the referee wants extra time either.
Well, we 86 so 4, and it's hard to. Oh my God, he kicked the ground there, did he?
Yeah, it's very unusual, Jason, because his kicking is normally excellent. Gary after
nodding. There's a chance Stevie goes the other side. Oh yeah, no, still on. I think what. I think Wexford did well there. They closed. They worked to close it down to recognise the danger. There's a chance here to run a 1v1.
1v1, and Rafi is definitely trying to open him up, and
he'll take the corner.
Rafi got his corner, but yeah, Wexford in fairness done really well there in their final quarter. Got 3 or 4 bodies around, nipped it, and definitely both sides have added pace to their teams in their substitutions.
Absolutely.
You know, like,
you
so
can see it, and even
they're both a bit more direct.
They're gone far more direct. Even there, you can see it. The ball just given to Rafi down the side, run the centre back and get to the corner. Sometimes worth its weight in gold when you're a defender. If you've got a forward, that'll get you that breather.
And here's John Pear whipping it.
That's a good delivery as well.
Gary under a bit of pressure with Owen O'Connell, and it comes to Ethan Vickers, who snatched the first one, and Todd. Oh, good tackle. Good tackle on the edge of the box. Todd was just trying to set himself. And
Eli Reardon is out now, haven't gone out to make the tackle.
And well done to
Gary
2 Garys.
Yeah, he's got a bang in the head, I'd say. Yeah, he looked like he got a bang in the head, but he was brave to go in for that. But Gary Neville was very good, but he's coming out commanding with his punch.
Definitely a clash of 2 big men.
Yeah.
And in fairness to Gary Neville, he's been very, very good in the. Bar that one little ball that went through his hands, he's commanded them balls really, really well throughout the game.
He has done really, really well. To the detriment of many times when I played against him and managed against him, he pulls them out. So and sometimes you'd be cursing him myself when you're on the sideline, but you know you have to admire the quality that he brings to the team as well.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Manchester United could do with a goalkeeper like him, and so they could at the minute. So we restart again with a drop ball to Eli Limerick, and he knocks it straight down Connor's throat. Casso found Alan Rhodes, and Wexford now.
I think he'll just look to clip that down the line.
Yeah.
There you go, Gary Delaney, and again. Oh, Rafi, that's brilliant. He's unlucky. Joe, he's made a fantastic impression since he's come on. His work rate is superb, and as I think you mentioned, he's happy to run the channels, which is causing the Limerick centre halves a little bit of discomfort.
Definitely, yeah. I know he's done really well. In fairness, on the 2 big men, Owen O'Connell, and a long looping ball, and Jason Maguire
should bounce through to Jason. Yeah.
Jason always starts very high up the pitch, and he's released it to Todd, who has a bit of space, taking Shane Welsh out of midfield, out to him, and
miscommunication.
Paul Brennan had made the run inside, but Todd didn't read it, and now Todd is cut out of position. So he's chasing the whole way back, and in fairness, Ethan and Alan Rhodes, they've won a lot of dirty ball in midfield today for Wexford.
Yeah.
In fairness to the 2 of them, they've played quite close to each other and haven't allowed Limerick to settle much on it, and giving away a free kick there now.
No, they've worked really hard. I think, to be fair, both sets of midfield have just kind of really worked hard with try to close each other down as best they can and put it amongst. But I suppose we haven't seen any midfield totally dominate or anyone even get on the ball to cause huge troubles. But having said that, they've given their all inside there, everyone, you know.
Definitely. And Todd winning the header, and it's dropped out. Paul Brennan came onto it quite strong.
We're at the end of 90. I didn't see any minutes go up yet.
No. So
be interested to see what the referee is going to add on.
Yeah, there hasn't been much injury time, but maybe Gary going down and a couple of little bits, but it's only for the subs, really,
substitutions,
isn't it?
So you'd imagine at most 3 minutes, something around that mark.
You would be thinking. It'll be interesting to see what Willie does with Wexford. He's only made one sub, so will he look to freshen up things for extra time?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. So we're already into that.
Yeah.
So we've just been reliably told by John Harper here, 42 seconds we were into it. Thanks, John.
It's like having the producer in our area, isn't it?
Yeah. Except for he's not mic'd to us. He's just kicking us here from behind. So Wexford now maybe trying to put one final push. Paul Brennan has the ball in the corner here, but
Tommy Frawley did really well.
Really good defending by the right full back Tommy. So
he's looking to change the angle here, Jason. See, he's come right out wide.
He's put it straight down.
And he's put it straight.
Yeah.
There are more commentators, Carson. Well won by Gary there. He's onside. There's a chance if he gets this out of his feet quickly.
Fairness.
He's going to try and go the outside.
Foley,
he's done. That looks to be out of play, to be fair.
It definitely looked out of play.
Oh, that looked well out of play.
Yeah.
But he didn't give it a corner to Limerick. Great, brilliant opportunity in stoppage time. Put the ball in top of the box.
Yeah, in fairness, I think Wexford did stop. They thought it was out of play, but Shane looks a tired man strolling over to take this. In fairness, as we just touched on it, it's been a big battle in midfield, so he's had to cover a lot of ground today because he's took a lot of these corners. Jason Maguire got a touch onto it, and Adam Foley now
have a strike.
It was on target.
It was on target, and sometimes when there's so many bodies, it just needs a nick. But Jason Maguire didn't take his eye off the ball. And Paul Brennan, it's a chance if he. He's off. What did he? Oh, he gave a free in.
He gave a free once the ball didn't reach Rafi, but in fairness to Jason, he done really well. As it comes through a lot of bodies, he dealt with it quite comfortable, just dropped on it, and a brilliant quick release then to Paul Brennan, who tried to find Rafi and picked up a free at the end of it. So an opportunity for Wexford now to get their big guys up and try and work something as we get to definitely the final couple of minutes of this. Could be even seconds.
93-20, 40 seconds to go.
Whipped in.
And that's gone out for a goal kick. Unless something dramatic happens, we're heading for 20 minutes extra time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of been a bit of a strange game in a way, isn't it? It's you know, we had the chance with Rafi that Adam cleared off the line, and then Jason Maguire pulled off the great save from the break from Limerick from Joel Costrain at the end. But outside of that, in the second half, we haven't had too many pulsating moments.
No. In fairness, I suppose both teams have been evenly matched.
They have. There we go.
Definitely evenly matched. Nobody who has nobody's been given a quarter, have they? No. It's been very, very tight, intense.
As you can see it, I'd be surprised if we don't see a couple of more introductions somehow. certainly on the Limerick have made 3 changes, and Fresh ended up front. Wexford obviously just bring on Rafi. You'd imagine that there might be a change or two due. It just started to look a little bit tired. The teams who've given their all in the last few minutes there.
Yeah, 100%. And as we touch on it, Wexford have some very, very strong subs. You have Nye Connolly, North End, Luke Green there, the two of them doing a bit of warm up. Gorey Rangers, Glenn O'Brien. All these lads have all played very big games for their clubs, whether it be Leinster Juniors, FAIs, and that kind of thing. So they're well used to the big day. And Stephen Kinsella is there as well. My own club captain Ian Sinnott, another great chap. Ian has been around for a number of years, and he's another one with great experience. He'd be centre half, but the 2 centre halves in fairness are doing really, really well, so he probably wouldn't be changing that, but he's another one who has great experience and has played on plenty of big days between Wexford Cup finals and winning a couple of leagues down in Wexford. So
I'm just looking at the remaining subs on the Limerick side. Kieran Jennings, Conor Crew, Sean Madigan, all defenders. So it's and obviously the goalkeeper. So it's unless unless there's an injury or something, or they'll try and change it.
As a manager yourself at this stage, do you think of your subs with penalty takers or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's something that unfortunately goes through your mind, and up here in Limerick, what we have is in every game up to the final. So in the local competitions, after 90 minutes, if it's a draw, it goes straight to penalties. So we've had it here. One of the games earlier on, the local cups that we played, and I knew one of the players was struggling in the 85th minute. But I look around my bench and I'm like, and he's a penalty taker.
Yes.
So you can gamble and say, right, look, just get me through 5 minutes, the remaining 5 minutes, because he's a penalty taker. But then it is the gamble that if someone runs off him, he mightn't have the energy to get the other side. So it's a balancing act. But there's no doubt in your mind. You can't penalties comes into the mind because we all know finishes on the day.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into consideration in cup games.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely a terrible way to end something, but it does bring drama, and
it does.
Maybe we might not get there. We have 20 minutes of football, but I'm sure it's definitely in both managers' thoughts at this minute.
Yeah, and as you say, it's nice when you win it that way. It's not nice when you don't win it that way.
Yeah.
I won an FAI Junior Cup with Fairview on penalties back in 2010. It was really pleasing, but then lost semi-final of Munster Junior on penalties. So it swings and roundabouts at times. It's just about trying to have belief where you go. So it's nice. It's nice to win it that way. It's horrible to lose, but as you say, I think the days of the replay, that you had 20, 30 years ago, just prolonged things.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I get it done, get it dusted, and just sun has just gone back in a small bit now, but in fairness, the second half was played in plenty of sunshine, and
wind has died as well.
Wind has died, so I think that bit of a hailstorm took the cut off the wind, I think. So we're quite lucky. Nervous time for the management groups, isn't it? As well at this stage.
You don't want to do anything, to compromise either. And the referees have gone in for a cup of tea, I think. So they're gone back into the dressing rooms.
So both teams are out, and maybe they might toss for a referee. Throw in anybody for this half, maybe.
That's it. I know. I think sometimes we mention it at times with referee. I think they've had a good game. The 3 officials today.
Yeah.
No real contentious calls. There's always 50-50s that you think might go your way, that go an opposite way, etc. But you just want them to try and get the main decisions right. And
in Limerick, do you have linesmen on the Premier games?
Not all of them, no. So it depends. It depends on the game. You can request them, but generally it's just in the middle. For the big games, you can. Yeah.
We're quite lucky in Wexford, and in fairness to Patrick Whitty and the referees branch, I would say near enough all Premier games.
Okay.
Doesn't matter whether it's top, bottom, mid-table. We all have linesmen, and me personally, I think it definitely adds to the game. Obviously, it makes it a better. it cuts out the.
It's hard at times for referees, you know, if there's a quick break on and they're at the edge of the box, and then to try and see a very tight decision 60 yards from where they are, you know.
Especially at the level, even you look at the level of players that are out there today, and the speed that they're playing at. Like a lot of these lads, I know in Wexford in the Premier, and I'm sure Limerick and these lads are ex-League of Ireland players. A lot of them have had a lot of underage academies, whether League of Ireland, and they've played at a really, really high level. So for a man in the middle on his own, it'd be impossible. So we're quite lucky with the Wexford branch. We've a big branch of referees down there. We're always looking for more, but we're quite lucky, in fairness, that we're able to facilitate the Premier with linesmen.
I think one of the things inside Limerick, I think one of the things in Limerick is that because it's on a Sunday, there's 8 junior leagues, and that's then you've got 2 divisions in your 18s and 2 divisions in your 17s, so it's a lot of games to try and cover at certain moments. You know, a lot of the referees will double up, you know, do the morning and you know, which is fairly standard, I'm sure, but it's just you know, it's just the number of leagues that we have. You know,
so
plenty of clubs my own club Mungrid have 4 teams, an A, B, C and D, and it's not that uncommon. Ashling and Akati would have a D team as well.
So there's only one in Wexford, it'll be Gorey. A lot of teams have 2 and 3 teams, but there's only Gorey Rangers, and it's a great feat for a club to be able to field 4 teams.
And most would have B's and C's down here, though.
So it's great to see the grassroots level being so well supported, and a lovely crowd here today as well, actually, to support. It's a long way from Wexford, and we're getting ready to kick off again now, the second half, or the first half of extra time, should I say. And no subs again, and Rhys Murphy
just put it out.
Just playing safe. He had a look, and in fairness to Dylan Murphy, he had made a run right for Jason Maguire, so he made left Rhys with no other option. Frawley now about to take another throw in. Paul Brennan read that one, but knocked it just back to him, and Jason was late on the call, but in fairness to Gary, he didn't get much on it, so he allowed Maguire to get it. And what a whip that is of a ball!
Oh my! And Rafi's off down. Eli's out tracking him.
So
and Eli's done well. He stood up. I think Rafi probably could have taken a little bit more care, but Eli did well.
Rafi, a great ball from Jason, and Rafi,
brilliant ball and a great run.
Little bit lazy just when he finally got to the ball, and a good spread of play now by Limerick. And
chance for Joel here, 1v1, and he's gone on one side, and great save again by Jason.
So
Joel Costrain, that's where Wexford might have to look if he's getting that. As things get tired and he's getting the 1v1, of course he's fresh, only just on, and a very tricky player with the ball at his feet, as you can see there. Just went down the outside, but a superb stop again from Jason. He created that, looked like out of nothing, didn't it? So in fairness to him, and another very good save. Jason stood up long and got his foot to it. And goalkeeper, you save it with any part of your body. And John absolutely.
With the ball at his feet, John, and he's found Ethan Vickers. And Tom Crawley will be happy with, as long as Paul is not facing him. So Wexford were looking for a free, but I think it was quite easy. I think Paul Brennan stopped quite easily. O'Connell trying to feed the ball out to
Conor Coughlin. I think O'Connor was a little bit deeper there. Kieran is a little bit of a hit and hope as well, to be fair. So just chipped up into the air. He'd probably feeling a little bit weary in there. Kieran must be 38 now, so a great shift out of him, particularly having to drop deeper.
Definitely, and a big man as well, in fairness to him. So in fairness to him, he's covered a lot of ground. So he has. Joey tries to throw it up along the line, and he threw it over. Gary Delaney with a good strong tackle, in fairness to him.
Nothing wrong with that. I didn't mind them in my own day.
Centre half tackle. So, in fairness, and knocking the ball into a nice little chest down, and Dylan looks to be trying to find.
Is that a handball? Oh.
Todd might have gotten away with one there.
And it's a corner to Wexford now, it looks like. Yeah, that's a corner. That's
corner,
not a free.
right,
Yes, Tommy's trying to play for a free there. That's not a free.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of one you'd like to see back. His body position seemed a little bit off there. Was it Todd Hines?
Todd. Yeah. So somebody's getting booked in there. I think it was Shane Walsh.
Yeah.
It must be for giving out. But Todd, his body position was a little bit off.
Yeah.
So we'll take it. We'll say he's back.
Yeah, give him the benefit, exactly.
John Pear whipping it in. This time he went for the back post, but I think Wexford may try and get somebody in on Gary to stand on his toes.
He's punched certainly 5 or 6 out, hasn't he?
Yeah. So and now Todd is trying to get a shot in.
Oh!
Great effort from Todd.
And a good save from Gary. The ball seemed to deviate mid-flight, so lovely strike there by Todd Hines, and good save by Gary Neville.
Definitely dropped just before it got to him, and in fairness to Todd, it was a great strike with his left. And John Pear is out again.
They must have listened to you. He's standing inside on Gary for that one. Yeah.
Alan Rhodes feeds John again.
He's going to look to do it now.
Yeah.
And it's another good delivery.
Gary.
It's a goal.
Oh, it's off the
goal. It is a goal.
Was it an own goal?
It is.
I think it's an own goal off of Adam. But a fantastic whip ball in by John Pear, and in fairness to Gary Delaney, he nodded it right back in onto the goal line. And for me, Adam Lipper, I think he's been probably the best player on the pitch, and unfortunately he knocked it into his own net.
I'm not. It seemed to
come off the post.
Was it? And Adam, as you say, I mean, he's been an absolute rock all day, hasn't he? And he's been superb. He's really marshalled that team well. And look, it happens in a blink of an eye. It's very, very unlucky, and as you say, maybe after we'll get a chance to watch it back in the video. But it's from a Wexford goal. It's a superb delivery, and as you say, finally. Centre half attacks it very well, does a great job.
Yeah, in fairness, Gary done well, and he puts Wexford into a 1-0 lead.
We've 4 plus 4 minutes in the end of the first half of extra time.
So, in fairness to Wexford, they kept it in around the Melton area that time, and they kept a bit of pressure on, and
said the starting point was to not let Gary Neville. He's onside there. The starting point was to not let Gary Neville come out and clean it, which they'd previously been doing.
Yes.
And when it came back out, John Pear put another lovely delivery back into the box.
Definitely, and Paul didn't get much on that, and John Pear was working hard to try and win it back for Wexford and cleared up the line. And I'm sure Rhys Murphy now will try and frustrate Limerick. He'll drop it and take his time, and the dark arts of the game will probably start coming out now over the next couple of seconds.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Jason Maguire go down with something in his eye or a shoulder. Yeah.
So,
but that's football at the end of the day. It happens at every level. It's frustrating when it's against you, but you love it when it's for you. So.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Rafi giving a free away against Adam Lipper, and Adam is going to knock this long now, and it's straight down the throat of Rhys Murphy.
Well won.
Good header by Rhys, and it's found to Owen Rhodes.
There's a chance if he does it? No, he's offside now.
No, Rafi, he made his run way too early.
He's a mile offside.
Yeah, so
he didn't. And the funny thing is, I don't think he needed to go that split second too early. His idea was right. Just needed to hold his run that extra second.
He was a small bit eager, in fairness to him.
Yeah. And I think Adam Lipper, to be fair, does really well, stands out. But if Rafi, this is the chances that Limerick are going to have to take now. And if Wexford play it right, there is an opportunity to pick them off. But
so the ball is kept in the box.
Bouncing in the box.
And Gary Delaney getting a head onto it.
Gary Delaney's had a really good game as well, to be fair to him. Both centre halves for Wexford have also been really, really strong. Reece Murphy is he's down his haunches a bit, I think, but look, he's put in a shift and a half.
Yeah, he definitely has. All right, and while we get a break and play now, I think we have a sub. Conor Carew, I think, is coming on. Is he for Limerick, and who's he replacing?
That's Shane Walsh.
Shane.
It is.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Try and get a bit of physicality, I suppose, in there, and another more like centre half really a trade. So maybe balls into the box, and as we come into perhaps the last 10 minutes in the second half.
No.
He's sitting in the 6, but he could be a threat for set pieces.
Fresh legs in that centre midfield area. Wexford don't look like they're doing a whole lot on the line. They're quite content. Raffy done well there. Well, I thought he had done well. Commentators curse again today, but just as we said it, he lost the ball, and referees allowing play on now in midfield. And in fairness to Limerick, they look like they have a bit more energy now, haven't they? They're really trying to up it a small bit, as we're in the 9th minute of extra time in the first half, and Gary Delaney.
No surprise, put your foot through it.
You'd see that down in Thomond Park.
You would.
Kick for touch.
Kick for touch. I would say kick for touch if Munster's line out functioned any bit better yesterday against Bordeaux, but that's another story.
So few Wexford players hitting the ground, feeling it now. You've Paul Brennan, you've Conor Cassidy, and Ethan Vickers, all 3 gory lads. So Conor with a small bit of cramp. And
as we're just hitting 10 minutes now, you can't imagine the referee will add on too much more, but we'll see. That's not a bad delivery, but again, really well done by
strong header by Gary, and Conor done
Conor
well.
Cassidy did really well there to intercept that as well. Yeah, I didn't think the referee would add on much there.
Yeah, so Conor cut that out just before Conor Coughlin could get to it, and straight swap around. The referee, I doubt, will allow him to take a whole lot of time.
Quick drinking back on.
So, fairness, he is allowing him, which is good to see. You get some referees.
You know, as we've been saying, both sides here have given their all. An extra 60 seconds to get their breath and get some water on board isn't going to kill anyone.
Definitely not. So it'll be interesting to see now, because you can kind of picture Wexford. They'll obviously try and sit in, maybe get a bit narrow. Do Limerick now try and get it down the outside? They've kind of gone direct for a lot of the game today, so maybe this 10 minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised to just see Kieran just go straight back up front and try and break down the headers. Maybe try and look to have 3 at the back. You've got good delivery with Joey. Rush can do it. Maybe even move Adam Lipper up front as well and just go for broke. But it's you're as we've been mentioning since Rafi's come on, you're at risk of a counter and him running in behind, because he's shown since he's come on he's more than willing to run those channels. I think he's had a great impact since he's come on.
Yeah, in fairness, Rafi, he has. You would have always Rafi started in the semi-final. He started right up top on Owen Rhodes. Was playing in the 10, and Wexford kind of struggled a little bit until they switched it. They actually took Rafi off and put Owen up top, and he scored the 2 goals to get him to the final today. And in fairness, Rafi, he kept his head down when he came in, and he's definitely just stretched Limerick a little bit.
You know, he's just, as you say, had centre halves running towards their own goal and that, and even when not causing trouble, being a bit of a nuisance and making Limerick put balls out for throws, allowing your team, 1, to get a breather, and 2, get up the pitch. Exactly.
Definitely, yeah. So
it's worth its weight in gold at times.
It surely is. Limerick are off. Carew knocking the ball.
That's gone dead.
Long, and Todd. Nothing silly from Todd, so
I leave it. Tommy's a competitive ball player, to be fair to him, but look, it's probably frustration kicking in. But look, referee's sensible. Just
fairness,
get on with it. There's not much in it. Just get on with it. Yeah.
He's another one who's had a good game. He's got
really
up and down right full back. He's made a couple of really strong challenges, so he's all action.
He is. He put himself about. Another one from my close parish neighbours. His brother then is on the coaching staff with me, so so there's a bit of inter-sibling rivalry there.
So Connor nods it up to Paul Brennan, and Paul knocks it into Owen. Nice touch. Was a little lazy with his pass, but he's chasing him down in fairness, and he's Owen's brother Alan wins it in.
Oh, yeah, he did very well there, Gary Delaney.
Gary done well, and Owen is on it now.
Well
run back by Connor.
And he's done him there, and he's done him again. And well covered. And they get the throw in. Conor Coughlin did really well there, to be fair. He won the ball back and went by a couple of players, but
he took 3 Wexford players out of it, in fairness. And really good bit of play by Connor, showing captain's role there. Unusual for a captain to be a winger. You don't see too many of them, but he done really, really well there now, in fairness.
No, he wouldn't be the most vocal lad in the world either, but look, I'm sure there are the reasons.
Another substitution being made, is it?
That's a Wexford side, is it?
Wexford on this time. So Glenn O'Brien and Niall Connolly both coming on, I'd say straight swaps for Paul Brennan and John Pear. So you have Glenn O'Brien of Gorey Rangers and Niall Connolly of North End. So 2 top clubs in Wexford, 2 boys are well used to playing in big games. Niall definitely going to the left foot. Niall will be a really, really, really good player, set pieces, wicked left foot, and Glenn is a completely different player, utility player for Gorey. Could be right back, left back, midfield, but he'll definitely go in and he'll do a really good, solid job there for Wexford today. And Rafi's on the run with Glenn that time. The ball runs back to Gary.
Yeah, we can just see Limerick, he was just Kieran right up on top. Not that Gary didn't find him there, but you can see what they're just going to look to go direct, I'd imagine, for the last 10.
Yeah,
or
definitely.
The last, whatever is left, 7.
So, and Rafi has won the ball and done quite well. Found Owen Rhodes. And Owen's out to Glenn. And little dink ball by Glenn, and Owen had followed the ball back in, but Adam Lipper done well just to kind of block without just blocked Owen from getting a free header on it. And Gary will go long on this. Up to O'Connell and Gary Delaney and O'Connell, a great battle again. Gary came out on top. Glenn O'Brien to Rafi's feet. And Rafi has found Owen Rhodes. And Owen has gone back to Gary again.
He looked offside,
yeah.
Not surprised. I think Limerick still need to be a little bit higher there. Even Wexford goal up within the last few minutes, he was able to get the ball out of his feet and clip it down the line, not being put under enough pressure.
No. I agree with you there, all right, Paul.
And there's a chance!
Header.
It's gone wide! Oh my goodness, Joel was it? It was.
So Joel, both centre halves went for it. The ball was dropping to Reese and Gary went over, and a nice little... The ball dropped into the penalty area to Joel, and you would have put your house on him.
I think so. You see the benefit of what we thought by going direct to Kieran. Even when he doesn't win that ball cleanly, he's attracting your centre halves to you, and that ball comes to Joel with his quality. It kind of sits up, to be fair, but with his quality, it's just kind of it's a great chance.
It was a good chance to put Limerick right back in this.
Connor Cruz done well there.
He's got the ball out wide out to Adam Foley. And Adam has won a throw-in, pressed down there by Niall Connolly that time. Limerick have decided to go back and try and change the angle. Out to Joey Rush, who the ball was absolutely driven at him, but he done quite well to get it under control at first touch. And Eli now is knocking it.
Very well done out of Dylan Murphy there. That's
Yeah.
out for a corner, is it? It is.
Yeah. Dylan done well.
Yeah.
In fairness, he just
Took
let
it
it
down well,
come
yeah.
off his chest and fed it. Conor Coughlin. Now there will be a change of corner taker.
Adam Foley, is it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
It's Adam. Adam Foley, yeah, over to take it. A good delivery as well.
Little bit of movement now in the penalty area and whip to the back post and goal kick. So a little bit deep by Adam that time.
Yeah.
So
I think Adam Foley's coming. Adam Lipper was coming in the back post. I think he's having a complaint about something, but didn't look a whole pile in it for me.
This distance, it's hard to tell.
It is the dark arts, as you say, going on in the box at times.
Yeah. A bit of pulling and dragging and you name it. Somebody else getting a yellow card now. I think it's the goalkeeper. I think he flashed it. I'm not sure. So
that's a great kick.
Jason, after putting it right down on top of the Limerick back four, they dealt with it quite well. Gary coming strong.
That's a free.
Gary coming strong right into the back of it.
Yeah,
he caught Dylan that time, all right. In fairness to Gary.
He's right through the back of him. That's a free kick all there.
And Gary will be wholehearted. He definitely wouldn't be pulling out of that if it's there. So, and it gives Limerick probably a little bit central, is it? If you'd like it maybe a little bit further to
that's an out. Is Joey taking to be an outswinger?
So
but
gives Limerick an opportunity anyway to get it in. Great ball, deep.
Keeper's done superbly.
Jason done really, really well there. In fairness to him, came out there and caught it and relieved all the pressure coming out through the bodies.
Yeah, superb goal. As we mentioned earlier, having your goalkeeper doing that takes some pressure off your defence.
Definitely. This is Glenn O'Brien. Oh, he's seen Gary coming and Gary put his brakes on. And
I think he had the right idea. It was just the
execution wasn't.
Slight execution. He had the right idea to try and lift it though. The space was there when Gary backpedaled.
Definitely was, yeah. And Owen, after buying a free there for Wexford, in fairness to him, he knew exactly what he was going to do.
He was waiting for Tommy there.
So he was waiting for it, all right.
So we're down to, what are we, 2 minutes. So 2 minutes for Wexford. But this obviously suits Wexford perfectly to be able to kill the time and kill the momentum.
Yeah, definitely. And we've been starved of success with Wexford on a national level. North End are the only club to have Leinster Juniors and FAIs and this kind of stuff, and it's 15 years ago since we won our Oscar Traynors.
Very good.
So it could be a big day for the county in general if they can hold on the last couple of minutes to try and get this. As I said, the North Ends and the Gories are doing well in the outside competitions. So
as I say, from the league, he's offside there. From the league perspective, yeah, good to see you.
So
I think our own record in this should be a little bit better, though, to be honest with you. But lost a lot of finals in the last 20 years. Well, Janesborough went in as a club in 2019 to represent Limerick and ended up winning it. I think that's the only time in 20, nearly 30 years.
Yeah, so Wexford making two subs, two brothers, Alan and Owen Rhodes, coming off, going to be replaced by Luke Green and Stephen Kinsella. So straight swap. Stephen's putting on the captain's armband. Stephen, class player, would have played in that Gorey side that knocked yourselves out of the FAI a couple of years ago. And Stephen been around a long time. I know Stephen since he's a child as well. Kennedy Cups and stuff like that. A really, really good central midfielder. Luke Green is one of the younger, fresher guys. Only back from League of Ireland with Wexford or with Gorey last couple of years, and tenacious and gets around the pitch.
And there's a chance here. There's a chance to kill it if he does it right.
Rafi after feeding it out to Niall Connolly.
I think Joey Rush, to be fair, he read Rafi going out there and did really well to get across, but ball rolls out for it.
Definitely, and just the competition in general. I'd love to see the FAI do a little bit more for it. You know, like it's a massive.
I found it as myself. I think at times, as I mentioned earlier, that with this, sometimes the games in Limerick and in the Munster were on a Wednesday night, sandwiched between club games on a Sunday, which doesn't give it the profile it needs then, and also leads to not being able to get players to release for training and do it. What I would like to see is that around designated weekends, like similar that they did to that the Munster
The
and the provincial thing
provincials,
last
yeah,
year,
yeah.
where you have like 3 set weekends. You'd have your groups, and then maybe your Munster Cup finals or your Leinster Cup finals, and then your All Ireland series.
So,
Perhaps something to look at.
yeah, definitely. So because it's a great competition and great prestige, and to be an All Ireland champion at any level, it's a great honour. And Wexford look like they're going to try and cling on this last couple of seconds.
My own father won in 78, 79 and got junior international capped out of it. So that was the pathway back then. Whereas now it kind of is more so about you know your individual performance. So, and that looks to be that, I think, to be honest.
So. Yeah, we're after passing into the 10th minute, so it's just up to the referee now on where we go.
A goal always just seemed to be the decider, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whoever scored, that kind of seemed to be it, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
There were still 17 minutes when Wexford scored, but there hasn't really been a chance of note since Joel, I suppose, at the end, or the other one.
Yeah,
but even
so that's it. And look, Limerick and Roon, Jason made 2 really good saves.
Yeah.
Limerick had a couple of chances. Wexford didn't create massive amount of stuff, clear-cut chances. So it's been an even game, and
it has.
The ball has been pushed in now. And
I think defences were been well on top for most of the game. To be honest, both sets of centre halves have been really good, and defences in general.
So no one's coming out on top of us.
Oh.
And Luke Green clearing it out for Wexford, and Limerick will be in a rush to try and get this one back in. So they will.
Making a change, is it?
Is there? There's something going on anyway, so somebody's getting booked.
Yellow card to
Shane Walsh. Disappointing, and I think that's Shane's second yellow, so he ended up getting a red, so for something he must have said. So
well, it'll have a knock-on effect for local games now, of course. Which I mentioned, I believe it's Fairview next week.
So disappointing, all right.
If that is Pike's next game at Fairview, he'll be out for that. Sorry, home to Fairview.
That's it. And Gary Delaney with another great defensive header, in fairness to him. A throw in now, and Joey Frawley's gone across the. Or Tommy Frawley, so gone across the.
Last chance saloon here. Good needs it long. Tommy's capable of delivering it. It's a corner. Yeah, it is a corner.
Got the corner of it. Came off the back of Glenn O'Brien's head.
And this is last chance saloon.
You would be thinking goalkeeper's up, Gary's up.
You'd
all
have
in
to
around.
think this is it. If Wexford clear it, you'll hear the referee blows whistle, no doubt.
So, and whipped in, good ball right under the crossbar.
Oh my God!
What a header by Reece Murphy. Defensively.
I thought he'd done him. Wow.
That was a great header. The wind caught the ball. Great cross in by great corner by Adam Foley, and it looked like Reece had misread it, but what a header from underneath his own crossbar.
Brilliant
to get that back out.
It looked to be right in.
So, referee's not happy with something.
Late drama here. Someone any? He's getting on with it. Okay.
Yeah. So, bit of pulling and dragging in the box. Let him on. So, and another whipped towards the front. Luke Green got a flick onto it. Limerick still have it, and Joey's after whipping it into the box, and a header by Adam Nipper.
That's it.
Adam Nipper.
Congratulations to Wexford.
Job done. Wexford 2024-25 Oscar Traynor winners. I'd like to thank you, Paul, for today. It's been a pleasure being down here. Congratulations to Willie Pear and Limerick side, and commiserations to Limerick, and a great day out down here.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. Congratulations to Wexford. Commiserations to my old pal John Lyson, the Limerick team. Disappointing result, obviously, being at home, but as we said, sometimes this is football. Small break of a ball between it, and congratulations to Wexford. Enjoy a safe journey home and enjoy the celebrations.
Thanks very much, Paul.
Yep.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
next presentation goes to the four lads in black, which are referees. And big thanks to our referee, Will Conley,